Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, March 20th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, or any time you're hearing this podcast. I appreciate it so much. If you're new, please be sure to go to my website at lisahopp.com, and also check me out on Facebook under Spirit Teacher Lisa M. Hopp. It's actually Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach. I've been realizing I've probably been giving that wrong for weeks now, but that is how you will find me there. And of course, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for being here. And for those of you coming back, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, your suggestions, whatever way you contact me and listen every week. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. We're on to today's topic. If you, like some, wait for this to load on Sunday morning, and I've heard it before, you're a little late. Where is it? I wake up on Sunday morning, and sometimes I am a bit stuck on what to talk about, and then it comes to me like an aha. And that's what's happening with this topic today. The topic is no one but you. No one but you. You're in complete control of your life, of your circumstances. There is nothing else to blame. There is no one else to blame. It doesn't matter how high gas prices go. It doesn't matter what the interest rates are. It doesn't matter how much employers are paying. Everything is in your hands. You are the ultimate deliberate creator. So let's talk about that a little bit more. We live our lives on our programming, on our belief systems that were formed when we first came here through what we heard and what we felt from those around us, whether it be a mother or father or anyone around us that had an impact on us. And as we grow older, as we get into our conscious years of being a teenager into adulthood, and especially adulthood, our belief system is formed by our thoughts. Whatever we constantly think forms into a belief, which we end up talking about, which then brings more thoughts and more emotions and more beliefs. It's like a domino effect. And it's repetitive. That's why it's so important when you want to try hypnosis, I should say, or go to a hypnotherapist and you get a recording. The hypnotherapist will usually say to you, listen to this for 30 days. Or a spiritual teacher will say to you, do your affirmations every day consistently, because it programs your subconscious mind. It gets in there and affects your beliefs, which affect your thoughts. And then you back it up with repetitive practices of doing affirmations and listening to what you're thinking and what you're saying. So you have the power to change your thoughts and your words and then your beliefs. See, beliefs aren't, I want to say a lot of the time, based on fact. They're based on fact that you have acquired for you, your own facts. They're not based on the facts. And yes, in this world there are facts. They're not your facts or her facts or his facts. There are facts. But when it comes to our beliefs, they're your personal belief systems that you have made into your personal facts, whether they're actual facts or not. And most of the time, they're not actual facts. They're only the reality that you've created for yourself. And that's a wonderful, powerful thing, because it gives you the ability to not only change your facts, but change your outside world through working on your inside world. So let's say that every single person on this planet got $1 million, was handed $1 million. Every single person would days later, weeks later, months later, years later, have a different amount than $1 million. Because each person personally affects with their beliefs what they do with that money. Some will blow it immediately. Some will invest. Some will just put it into a money market account and let it grow. Some will spend it on something that another would not spend it on. It will always be a different amount because nobody but you controls the narrative. It's completely in your hands. We're honestly on an even playing field when we get to this earth. Yes, there are some born into wealthy families. And why do they have a heads up? Well, they honestly don't have a heads up because they were born into a wealthy family. See, the programming of that wealthy family gives them a heads up, not the actual money. Money is a symbol. It's not about the money. It's about the belief system. It's about the mindsets. So when that child is born into a wealthy family, it hears, it knows about wealth programming. This child probably learns quite early about privilege, about how to invest, about what schools are best to go to. And so they're given a heads up on others because of what they are exposed to, not the money itself. There was recently a story that the celebrity entrepreneur, Kim Kardashian, she did an interview recently and she was speaking, and I'm going to paraphrase, she was speaking about the necessity to work hard and that not enough people are doing that. And it was important to get up and work hard. And many people pointed out that she was born into a wealthy family. Her father is now passed, and I believe it was something to the effect of 70 million left behind. And so that gives her a heads up that she doesn't have on others. But you see, once again, it is not about the money that was left behind for her or the fact her father was a famous lawyer. It was about the environment that she and the rest of her family were surrounded in. That go for it mentality. That it's all right to earn a living a certain way or have certain practices. She was given that programming in a way that someone else was not. Someone who perhaps is born into a family with 2 blue-collar workers or a blue-collar worker and a secretary. They would not have exposure or mindsets necessarily of someone who is a high-priced lawyer. So, once again, the good thing is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you see, because someone who's born into what would be known as a middle-class family only has to learn what the wealthier families do in a ethical, spiritual way, which a lot of the time is happening. No, there's a myth out there that those who are the wealthiest cheat a lot and are greedy, and yes, that can happen. But you can learn the practices of millionaires who understand about energy, who understand about subconscious programming, who take risks a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. So you can set yourself apart from the environment that you were born into by learning and by making a go of it. And we love those stories, don't we? We love those success stories. A person who came from nothing, quote, nothing, and made their life a success, became a millionaire or a billionaire. Well, what they did is possible for anyone and everyone. It's just a matter of dedicating yourself to it. By understanding that what you think and what you feel and what you say, well, is that really how you want to think, how you want to feel, what you want to say? Or is it just on autopilot? Was it just given to you and you're just repetitively living the way your relatives have lived, the way your family has lived, your ancestors have lived, your town has lived? Are you just following along? And we're often taught as well, or hear, that you have to work hard for the money. No, money is just a symbol. It is important to love what you're doing. And if you love what you're doing, you'll be passionate, you'll put time into it, and you maybe will be up at 3 o'clock in the morning working on something. And yes, you might be drained and you might need more rest, and you will say, I do work hard for the money. But when people say work hard for the money, they often are speaking about having more than one job and working 60 to 80 hours a week and not spending. And no, you do not have to do that. That is not generally the way to wealth. The way to wealth is to thrive, to love what you do in every way, even if it is more than one thing. Yes, to take measures to invest as little as you can, or a little bit is fine. But mostly to understand that you are in charge of your wealth. And it applies to health, and it applies to love as well. When you think on a daily basis, I have a disease, I have a disease, I have a disease, or I have a diagnosis, that is what stays with you. You cannot go to health and well-being through concentrating on what is absent, which is health and well-being. You cannot get there through concentrating on diagnosis or disease. Should you acknowledge it within yourself? Take care of yourself. Yes. Go to the doctor appointments. Yes. Do whatever is necessary. Yes. But the mindset is what works for you. The thoughts, the words, that's your greatest weapon. That's how you're fighting what is going on. And let's say you are of good health. How do you keep it? You also watch those thoughts, those feelings, those words. And actions too, inspired actions. If you are living continually in a state of health, there's a good chance you stay there. But if there's anything underlying that is not healthy, if you have a diet where you are more self-destructive with it, that is unhealed stuff. And that will come out eventually in some type of health and well-being issue. So it's important to live your life checking in, getting everything healed, having abundant and healthy thoughts and words, living fully, being happy in the moment. These are all powerful things to do to have health thriving in your life. There's two reasons for a diagnosis. One there's something unhealed. There's something that needs to be focused on. It's a wake-up shout. It's a call to action for something within yourself. Perhaps you need more balance. Again, though, most of the time something that needs to be healed, if not 100% of the time. And the second reason is that it is your time to surrender and transition to the higher realm of heaven. 2 reasons. Most of the time, it's the first one. And the wonderful thing is, it's in your hands. You can take action. You're not at the mercy of a diagnosis or a doctor's words or history. It's all about you. No one but you has the power to heal yourself. You can use compliments. You can have the best medicine. But no one but you has the power. And that's a wonderful thing. Having it in your hands is a wonderful thing. But you have to be your own advocate. It's all right to say no and to say yes. It's all right to back up when necessary. A couple times recently, I have heard from those close to me, I had to back up, I had to back away. Not from me personally, from all people, from life. That was such a thing, that was such an honoring thing to do. And one of the conversations was myself saying to the person, I'm sorry, I don't feel I've reached out to you like I should and been the best friend. And they said, no, I backed away. We're fine. I'm grateful for you. Well, that left me off the hook, but I still felt like I could have done more. But that's happened a lot recently, and that's a very valid, appropriate, and wonderful thing. When you need to back up, when you need to step back from people, society, you do it. If you need to just walk off and take a long weekend for yourself, or just, hide personally because of your own mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health, do it. Because nobody but you is in charge. And you have every right to do that. You have every right to make rules for yourself. And anyone who is unconditionally with you will understand. And they will allow you to do that. And they'll simply just say, I'm here if you need me. And those who don't understand are looking for something more, are conditional. Maybe it doesn't serve them that you back up. So it will definitely illuminate your relationships and what they truly are to you. But it is so important. You're in charge. You're the captain, oh captain, of your ship. You're steering your course. It is completely up to you. And it is not selfish, though those who want something from you might tell you it is. And you might think it yourself, because we're taught in this society, wrongly, that when we think about ourselves, then what we do for ourselves, and that we're very strong about taking care of ourselves, that we're being selfish. And that was made up by people who did not want you to think of yourself because they wanted something from you. Maybe it was the powerful person that said, no, don't go for that job or that higher income in any way, or any dream that you have. You're being selfish. Maybe it was a partner or a spouse that said to their partner or spouse, That's going to affect me. That's not what I learned you should do. Stay in the home. Don't go for that career. It's selfish. Think of your children. This is all about people and what impact it has on them. And they're discouraging you. So selfishness is wrong. It does not exist. For most people. Yes, there are people out there in every income level that are greedy. And yes, more selfish. But once again, they are trying to control. They are trying to teach there's not enough when there is more than enough to go around. It's at every level. But most of the time, people are just trying to take care of themselves, and you're just trying to take care of yourself, and that's important to do. Honor yourself always, no matter what it means about others, because remember, if they have an issue, they're making it about them. And when it comes to love, you have to be independently happy and fulfilled within a relationship in order for the relationship to survive. You cannot give and empty your tank and think about the other person constantly, because you'll only be left at the shore while they live their lives happily and probably not end up honoring you. You've heard in the past of a woman putting her husband through college or law school, taking care of the kids, staying at home, and then he leaves her for someone else anyway. That doesn't happen a lot of the time, but it happens. When we self-sacrifice for another, we are telling them to take. A person can be a wonderful parent and a wonderful partner or spouse, but still have the time to focus on their own well-being, their own fulfillment, their own independent story. It actually should be first. It's much like when you're on an airplane and the oxygen mask drops down. You're supposed to put it on yourself first, not everybody else around you first. Put your oxygen mask on yourself first and watch. Everybody else around you will be fine. Your fulfilled tank will have plenty to overflow out to others. And it will be abundant. And there will be infinite to go around. But when you drain, when you self-sacrifice, they're not going to give you more. It doesn't make you a greater or better person to give entirely of yourself without receiving in return. We have this, spiritual people especially, we have this programming, and perhaps religious people. Give. And then we sit and we wait to receive, and it doesn't happen. Because what you put out, you get back. So when people receive from you, their human nature is not to get back to you. They're used to receiving. They're not used to giving to you. You have to give to yourself first, then to others generously, and then watch the abundant flow happen. So important. No one but you controls the narrative of your love life, of your love relationships. Now let's say you don't have someone right now, but you would like love in your life. You have to love yourself first. You have to appreciate who you are. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and smile. You have to be happy with no one there. But at the same time, making room in your life for that someone. That ideal person will tiptoe right up on you because you're open, because of the energy you're putting out that says you will be a compliment to me, not a fixer, not making me happy and filling something I don't have, but a compliment. People like that. They want to be a compliment. They don't want to have to fix and save. If there's someone who loves to control and fix and save, they might very well be a narcissist. And we don't want narcissists. We don't want people that like to have that power over you. You want someone who compliments you, that has your same loves, your same likes, your same goals and desires. Not entirely. You want a little bit of differences, but a compliment. So it all starts with self. It's all in your hands. It's all your responsibility. Amazing. What would you do today to begin that? To really take control? It's about money matters. Look honestly at what's happening. Do you like your work? What do you think about that bank account? Can you do a little bit more for it? Where's your wealth mentality? Do you talk a lot about, I can't afford that? You'll stay where you are, or it'll get worse if you talk like that. If you hope for a lottery win, you will have wealth missing for a long time. You want to talk as if you are already in the reality of wealth. No matter what wealth means to you, it doesn't have to be a millionaire status. It could simply be financial freedom. I am financially free. I can look at that. I can consider that. I can work it out. I can get better work. I can spend some of my time doing something I love and see if it'll make me more income. Often it does. Listen to what you're thinking. Listen to what you're saying. Especially listen to what you're feeling. They all matter. It matters. You are a powerful creator. It is not about luck. It is not, as I said, somebody else's doing or fault. It's all in your hands. You are the one creating your life. It's you, with your free will. When it comes to love, I hear so many people say, no, I'm happy without someone. And you can tell they're trying to convince themselves of that. Talk gently to yourself. It'll come to me when I'm ready. For now, I'm going to try my best to be happy. I'm going to seek happiness. I'm going to live a good, abundant life. And I'll let divinity send me someone when it's the perfect time. I won't say no. I won't put up defenses to it. I'll live my life abundantly. And when it comes to health, be in the moment of it. Feel well. Laugh. Understand, you're not going anywhere from this earth if your will says, I want to stay. So trust, have faith, pray for help to your helpers if you want, because you have angels and guides and Jesus and Mary and Moses and healers like Padre Pio. They're all at our access. Do whatever makes you feel good. Know you have that help. to get you through anything. Never give up hope. Never give up faith. There's a reason for everything that happens. It's about lessons. Sometimes. Most of the time, it's about our subconscious mindsets, our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, our words. You can change them. If they're not supporting you, if they are holding you back, if there's a dream that has not occurred yet, you can start today changing your future. And I smile because that's such an amazing thing. That we're not puppets on this earth, that it's not, random. There's really not chance. You line things up. So what would you like to line up today? Now do it without fear, without desperation. Find that stillness within. Find that calm, that quiet, that assuredness. And then go to work. Journal. Visualize. Do vision boards. Someone said to me recently, I added that to my vision board. Well done. I just checked off an item from my vision board that I accomplished. I've accomplished more than one in my recent, on my recent vision board. Do recordings of yourself. Get recordings that help you and listen to them. Honestly, this is what a lot of the millionaires and some who are very close to billionaire status do. I would imagine real billionaires do. They're working on that subconscious. They're removing those blocks because they were given them just like you in some way from the people in their life. But we all can change our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, our feelings, all of us, if we know that we can. And you now know that you can. There is no one stopping you but you. Your present circumstances are what you created up until today. That doesn't mean if it's not been wonderful that you deserved it. It just means that there was a purpose to it. And you can be healed. And you can take care of, even in the smallest way, the improvements to come. Be extra cognizant of what you're saying. I honor free will. I honor free will all the time. But I have to admit, it drives me crazy when I see people talking against themselves, posting against themselves. They think, oh, this is my reality though. I will talk about it. I'll even joke about it. You're asking for more of it. And I don't, it makes me feel like I have to be Miss Serious. You're asking for more about it, from it. When you talk, when you post, it's only your current reality because you created it. If you want to reduce your weight, proclaim that you are thin. Walk around feeling thinner and healthier, well, happy, walking fast, living a good life, flexible. Whatever you're desiring with your physical self, You have to have it in your reality in this moment right now before you see it physically, through your thoughts, through your words, through your feelings. It is no fun to watch the posts, even the ones that love to talk about the gas prices. Why are you focusing on that? You're only saying that there is something unaffordable in your world, and you will get more of that. It may not come directly from gas prices. I saw them down yesterday, so they are getting better, which I focus on. Actually, I don't focus on them at all. I just get the gas I need because I don't want lack in my life. And so, be very cognizant of what you're focusing on. When something like a gas price going up $1 is meaningful to you, you are saying, I cannot afford that, or that bothers me. And you may not get it, as I said, directly through gas prices, but you may get it in that you have an emergency and you don't have the money, or something breaks down. You may get it from wanting to do something that you feel is not affordable. It dominoes. And so don't domino. I have more than enough. I am abundant. Say these things to yourself. Reverse the belief system. Reverse the dialogue. You'll see change. How much change you see will depend upon how much healing needs to take place, how many blocks you have to remove. But you will see something different if you focus on watching it more. It has worked for me. It has. I would not talk about it if it hadn't. I would love it so much if you saw it working for you, because you deserve it. You truly do. To have health, wealth, love, happiness in every way. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful day and a blessed week. Once again, please be sure to go to my website at lisahop.com and also like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Find me under Lisa M. Hop Spiritual Coach on Facebook and follow me there, like me there. I would appreciate it so very much. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week and a wonderful life. Thank you.